What is going on? We need to talk. I've got to do something that I don't want to do, but I need to do. I owe you an apology. I have been so mean about the Amit AR2 in Destiny for so long. I've said so many bad things, so many things that I regret and I can't take back. And then I finally did it. I crafted an Amit. And I'm here to tell you, I was wrong. I was so wrong, and I'm sorry. Let me explain why. Great. Now we got that out of the way. There's your apology. Now we can begin. What is going on today, YouTube? Today, I want to hit you guys with the Amit review. I know that there are a lot of these reviews that have been out. Auto rifles have become quite the meta in PvP in Destiny. The Amit especially has become one that is very overpowered, if you will. It is one of the most, if not the most used weapon in the Crucible. And I am one who has consistently said that I hate the idea of using the Amit. I hate the idea of auto rifles being in a position where they not only have the accuracy that they have and the stability that they have, but they can snipe you from across the map and still do the damage where as long as someone stays on you for half a second, you're done. I personally don't like it. If you've seen any of the other videos, you know that to be the case. But as someone who has consistently said awful things about not only the Amit, but people who use auto rifles, I am here to apologize. This is my video. This is my penance, if you will. I'm going to take the time and the effort to devise a strategy, to edit a video, to put in my intuitive thought to creating something that brings positivity and awareness to what the Amit actually is. The Amit is a craftable weapon. It is a weapon that is, for the most part, it's not very difficult to get your hands on. I don't think that there's much of a learning curve. It is a 450 rounds per minute, so a lot of people have negative thoughts, negative feelings towards the 450 auto rifles. It's a little bit slower shooting. It's going to be more of a punchy type of auto rifle, if you will. Not one of those really fast firing ones. But it's something to compare it to would be like Uriel's Gift. That's one of those that was a 450, shot really slow, had high impact for an auto rifle, things of that nature. But this is definitely one of those guns where if you can get your hands on it and if you can rock and roll with it in PvP settings, it's very good. It's a very useful tool. It allows you to not only pre-fire and hold lanes, it can also get up close and personal. Although if you're using this in PvP, I would suggest having something that can do a little bit more short range damage as well, SMG, something along those lines, maybe even a sidearm. This gun will perform very well in short range settings, but not nearly as well as some of the other guns that you're used to using in those short range situations. This is a very good gun. I found for the way that I play, I like to sit back. I don't like to get up and get busy unless I absolutely have to. I like to sit back as more of a support player, and as someone who runs a Titan and more of a support Warlock, depending on what I'm feeling, it is a very good gun because typically as soon as you see someone, if you can lock on to them, they're in trouble. And at least you can do enough damage in a short enough amount of time to get them to run off, to give your teammates time to push up. Helps you control territories, especially when you're doing zone control situations. Like right now, we've got Iron Banner that's out. If you're running regular control, this is a really good gun to help push all of those other Guardians from the other team off of whatever position that you're trying to push them off of. Allows your team to sneak in there. All the while, you can continue to control. I think one of the hesitations that I've always had with auto rifles is the fact that they're not very accurate from range. So there's really no point if I'm gonna use it to be up close with somebody. I might as well use an SMG. That's gonna shoot a lot faster. It may have a little bit more accuracy, whatever. But this is one of those I can affirm that it has very good accuracy long range. It has very good accuracy short range. It does pack a punch. What you're really looking for is that medium, that short to medium range kind of scenario. One that you would probably have range for, like with a hand cannon. It's not necessarily sniper range. I wouldn't necessarily say that you can map somebody, although I have been on the receiving end of being mapped by this Amit quite often. So if it's something that you're looking to get in a spicy situation up close, it might be a good gun for you, right? I guess, again, it depends on how you play. Everybody plays differently, and that's why Destiny is, despite all the flack that they catch, you're never going to make one weapon perfect for everybody, right? Everybody has their own play styles, their own ways of handling situations. So this one is a very good gun. If you like to sit back as a support player, the Amit is for you. If you're someone who likes to charge in and you like to dominate and take control, the Amit is also for you. The Amit right now is in just a really, really good spot to be able to be utilized in very different situations for all different types of players. I see hunters using it, hunters doing all of their weird backflips and getting out of situations, but then also it allows them to stand back if they don't want to go in and take too much damage. I see a lot of warlocks using it. The airborne effectiveness aspect of this, when you have the right perks, is very good for the airborne effectiveness. And then as Titans, you like to bull rush in, and as me, I'll bull rush in, I'll get positioning very quickly, and then I'll hold it so everybody else can do what they do. It's a very good closed positioning, hold your position kind of weapon. And again, like I said, not to keep babbling on about it, but it is very good at a distance. It is very good if you're going to reach out there and get your range. This is one of those guns that continues to surprise, man. I have constantly said that I'm tired of people using these weapons. I'm tired of the auto rifles and whatnot. And finally getting to a point where I broke down and crafted my own, it showed me why people are using this. It is unbelievable, especially from the shot tracing aspect, especially from just being able to be a dominant weapon altogether. If you can get your hands on one to craft, I believe it was from last season, maybe 2 seasons ago, but if you can get your hands on one to craft, I would highly suggest that. You can get them to drop in certain activities from last season. I've seen them drop in Ghost of the Deep. That may have changed, I'm not sure, but I do know that you can you can definitely control the what you're getting a lot better if you can start to do the craft build of this. It's 100% worth the grind. Wherever you could find the Amit to drop, it's 100% worth the grind. I know how difficult it can be to be able to get the blueprints or whatnot for the weapons, to be able to craft them and to use them, to use the deep sight, to be able to get the weapon to be able to be crafted. But I'm telling you right now, as of right now and for the foreseeable future, this is the weapon that you want to be able to have in your hands if you want just the all-around weapon. I see, again, a lot of different play styles, a lot of different Guardians using it. It's just an all-arounder, man. It's not specifically for anybody, I wouldn't say. It is an all-arounder. So let's go over some of the perks. As you can see with the Amit, you're going to have your rifling. Arrowhead break is something that I like. It just helps with the recoil. It just makes it that vertical recoil of 100, right? And then you've got the high cal rounds. It's something I prefer. It just hits a little bit harder. Ricochet rounds is also another really good one if you're wanting to look into that second perk slot. Dynamic sway reduction. This is a big one. This is going to help on the front end. It's going to make this more like a laser beam, if you will. And then the tap the trigger. This is one that is debatable. It could be tap the trigger or gut shot. I prefer tap the trigger. It helps a lot with the dynamic sway on the back end of everything. It's just improving the accuracy overall. And then you've got the Amalon fluid dynamics. It's got increased reload speed, stability, the half end of the magazine, which is really good. And then the precision frame for this, it's going to just gain intrinsic recoil direction, and from that precision frame, so there's no need to really max out the recoil. But overall, I mean, man, the stats are pretty stable, pretty solid. You can change it up however you want. I've seen a lot of different builds of this. They're all good. Go enjoy it. Love you guys. Okay, that's it. I told you, I was wrong. Everything about the Amit is superior. Everything about it is great. It is overpowered. It is the meta. Go out and get it right now, okay? go out and get it right now. Why are you still here? You're not getting another apology from me, okay? You've already gotten like 3 or 4 in the course of this video. Go get the Amit. Go get the Amit. I said I'm sorry. Then you can thank me later, okay?